Hello. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome, welcome, welcome back, welcome back. I am A. Biggs,
and I am Sam.
and you're listening or viewing the Spill Hair podcast.
Yes,
We're back, y'all. Look,
we
we're
are.
trying to be consistent with this thing, but y'all gotta remember, we're wives and moms out here.
Yes,
And
just
just
trying to get our lives together.
and we
So
be taking naps because naps are
we do.
essential.
It's so
So
funny because the other day we were going to plan to record, and A Dot was like, "Oh, sorry, I just woke up from my nap." I'm like, "What? I just woke up from my nap." Like we just, child, we in our 40s, so it is.
yeah, it just did happen. We did happen. But we're so glad y'all are here and tuning in. So this is gonna be a very interesting episode
Mm-hmm.
because we are going to let you guys into a situation that actually happened between the two of us.
Yes.
The title of this episode is just flat out friends with a
Mm-hmm.
lot of exclamation marks. Um, and so we're gonna get into it. And I mean, obviously, we're gonna talk about friendships and like how to maintain friendships and then having hard conversations with your friends. Like, is it worth it? Is it
Mm-hmm.
not worth it? Like, what do you do? Yada yada yada. Like, especially when you've been friends with somebody for such a long time and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Before we hop into it, I want to talk about on the topic of friends, Mary J. Blige and Misa Hilton. For
I
for
hate
the
to be rolling
millennials.
my eyes, but I know y'all heard me breathing hard because let me tell you, A Dot is the ultimate MJB fan. Like that might as well be her sister
Yeah,
because she
like
loves her so
MJB,
much.
anybody that truly like knows me inside and out, knows that
Mhm.
MJB can do no wrong.
Nope.
She can do no wrong in my eyes. Like I have been a Mary J. Blige fan since what's the 411?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
I like that album. Always love her boots for some reason. She be
oh
killing them
yeah,
boots.
them boots. I had to save a few of my coins for them boots. Cause you know she came out with some Giuseppe's, but they're her
Really?
line.
Okay.
I almost broke down and bought them.
Oh my
But I
goodness.
was really trying to be responsible with my money. So
Very
I
good.
didn't do it.
Very good.
I didn't do it. But yeah, so we want to hop into this and it was my idea to kind of talk about the friend topic, but then also opening with Misa and Mary J. Blige because for those that don't know, Misa Hilton is suing Mary J. Blige for $5 million.
And that was news to me because I know they had always been tight. And I always remember her because she looks like Little Kim. And so I'm like, they're always taking pictures together. I've seen her around MJB forever.
Yeah. Like, and they've been friends. They were friends. So, Misa's like big time fashion stylist. She
Mhm.
styled obviously Mary J. Blige, Lil Kim, Missy Elliott. She had an on again, off again relationship with I don't know what they calling him now. Is it Diddy now? It used to be Puff Daddy, used to be Sean Puffy Combs. Diddy, no Diddy, whatever. Like,
We're going to call him
they
that
have
man over there. That
right.
man
They
over
have a
there.
child together, their son Justin. But
Hmm.
like Misa is a goat in the game when it comes to styling and fashion and all the things. So
Hmm.
apparently, Mary J. Blige has an artist named Vito or Vito. I think it's Vito. I might have that wrong. Correct
Hmm.
me. But anywho, and Misa's his manager, and Misa is accusing MJB of like keeping his music, not letting him go on tour when he was supposed to with her, just
Hmm.
basically like messing up the church's money,
Yeah. Yeah.
essentially at the end of the day. So when this all came out, I was like, oh my God. The first thing I thought was like, damn, I thought that was her homegirl. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
But recently, Magic Johnson even said, don't hire your friends or your family.
Listen, you can't do it. You just can't do it. Nope,
Right.
you cannot.
So to me, I was just like, well, damn. I said, because that's the quickest way to, a lot of times in friendships, because it's always some money, somebody did
Yeah.
something, or,
Hmm.
whatever. I haven't, I did a little bit of research. I haven't seen too much come out of MJB's camp outside of their like, okay, this is a ridiculous lawsuit. Like,
Hmm.
you didn't do these things that Misa's claiming, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
But she's basically saying, like, you owe me $5 million because you interfere with a business relationship by asking Vito to or Vado, I'm sorry, to basically fire Misa as his
Mhm.
management. She's saying that she withheld music and touring, which that would have helped his career because obviously, when people need money, they go on tour.
Yes, they do.
Like Mary's been on tour twice within like the last 5 years, I think.
Dang.
He
Okay.
paying the alimony to Kendall.
Mm.
But anywho,
She's still so that's just forever.
far as I know, child.
Wow.
Far as I know. Misa's also saying like she lost income
Mhm.
because of this. And then of course emotional distress,
Yeah.
which I can imagine because it's kind of like this is happening, but then also this is my homegirl.
Mhm. But
So
what if she really did do it though?
I mean, if she did it, she wrong, but it's wrong.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm sure she didn't mean. I'm sure she has a good reason. No, I'm just
Oh
playing.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. So she should
I'm
just
just
take the
playing.
apology and forgive her, huh?
I'm just playing. But no, like if she's wrong, she needs to do right because
Mhm.
friendship aside, it's still business.
Mhm.
And Misa's a businesswoman, MJB's a businesswoman. And I'm sure there's a lot that, happens in the music industry and things like that that we, never get to see
We
or
don't
are
know
not
about.
privy to. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, when it comes down to people's money and people are working and doing
Mhm.
things, like I know he's written songs for Mary. I know he's been on a couple songs with her, and
Hmm.
things like that. So it's like if you owe the man, pay the man.
Just pay them. Yeah. Well, I think my thing too is why do you think it got so far, right? Because if they've been friends for that long, why couldn't they just have had a conversation about it?
That, and that's a good transition. I think it's like, yeah, let's have a conversation,
Mhm.
And then I think part of it is too, is like, how sometimes people are friends.
Mhm.
They're just kind of like, girl, we'll figure it out. Like, we'll work it out. Don't worry about it. I don't
Mhm.
know if that's what happened. We know sometimes people like, we'll talk about it later. Like, we're in the thick of trying to do the
Right.
thing. So
Yeah.
we'll work out the other stuff on the end. But sometimes it's like, let's just get to the business.
Yes, let's
So,
do it. Mhm.
but like you said, I'm, to kind of transition us, like I think it is important to kind of have those conversations,
Mhm.
especially if it's a friend you care about. Let me be clear. Because sometimes, like, I think people get caught up in this, oh, I've been knowing this person so long
Mhm.
and kind of excuse or don't want to have a conversation, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer, and I have to do better myself too. But I'm a firm believer, like, if it means something to you, then say something. I'm
Mhm.
kinda like, if I don't give a fuck, I don't okay,
Yeah, whatever. Fine. You can fall
whatever.
back.
Yeah,
Because
like,
we
alright,
all have
whatever.
those friends, right? Like, I'll see you when I see you. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
and
I
then
don't,
I would even go so far, is that really your friend or is that more of an acquaintance?
Yep. And because you can have acquaintances, long time acquaintances, right?
Yeah, because it's like
People
but that
that you
don't
just
mean friend. Like, I'm at
yes.
the point in my life where friend is not necessarily a person I'm, like, going to hang out with or, like, kick it with or like, I
Mhm.
can do that with that person,
Mhm.
but the friend is more like, I'm really going through it. I
Mhm.
need somebody to pray for me.
Yes. Yep.
That
Yep.
person that I trust to do that.
Yeah.
Pray, not
Yes.
Prey,
Right.
'cause there's a
Exactly. You do have to make a
difference.
distinction nowadays. Lord have
Right, right.
mercy.
So, I guess, Sam, let's hop into our own situation.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, I'll say what month is this? This is end of September, almost
Child,
October.
I'm
This
like, I don't know. The 100th in the
right,
year. It's 100 months this year, child. It's
right,
2025.
like, this is the longest year. No, this month is
Ever.
the longest year.
Yes, this month is the longest year ever. Seriously.
Right. But, so, like, we had a situation. I don't wanna call it a situation, but it was just like, I had to come to you and be like, "Hey, I don't
Mhm.
feel like as a friend, you're showing up for me, and
Mhm.
here's how this is how this thing is showing up, for
Mhm.
me." And I'm just like, leading up to even having that conversation with you, I was just like, "Do I say something? Do I not?
Mhm.
Is it that deep? Is it not?
Yeah.
This is really bothering me, is it not?" Like all these
Yeah.
things because I'm always trying to be conscious of like the space
Mhm.
someone is in, and I don't think it was ever that I didn't feel like we could have that conversation and like talk it out
Right.
and do I never felt like, oh, I'm gonna have this conversation and we're not gonna be no friends anymore. It wasn't
Mhm.
that. It was just like,
Do I need to
am
bring it up
I
now?
yeah, like, should I bring it up now? And it was
Uh-huh.
on and really a lot of it was like I knew what you were dealing with personally.
Mhm.
So it was kinda like I wanted to bring it up before, but then, like, you and I had a conversation and, like, something had just happened. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Alright,
Yeah. Right.
I ain't gonna say nothing now." You know,
Just
I'm
leave
like,
it alone. Imma leave it alone.
Imma leave it alone, like, this probably not the time.
Yes.
And then, some time had passed, and that was the other thing, it was like some time had passed. So I was just like,
Mhm.
"Well, shit," like, am I bringing up some shit from 6 months ago? You
Right,
know?
exactly,
But
yeah.
it was like I felt like the friendship means enough to me.
Mhm.
I just gotta say something,
Yeah.
and, like, kinda get my thoughts out. And,
Yes.
like,
Mhm.
luckily and I mean, I'm not gonna tell your side of things, but, like, luckily, I felt like you were very receptive, and you're just kinda
Mhm.
like, "Damn, I didn't even know you felt this way."
Mhm. Yeah, and I think
So crazy,
that
'cause
was
it's
so
like,
crazy. Yeah. Well,
and I think a lot of people can relate to that, like,
mhm.
you be having this whole situation in your head,
And no, nobody else know about
and
it.
nobody else know. Like,
You the only
"Oh"
one impacted.
yeah, like, you're the only one, and I was just like, "Oh," but I think part of that was because I'm the kind of person, I keep a lot of stuff in.
That's true. I do know
And I
that
have
about
to
you.
kinda, like I'm the type I have to process it first, like, I gotta
Mhm.
be sitting with it for a minute, like, I gotta feel okay myself with it
Right,
before I'm
before
like, "Okay, yeah." Like, I
Imma
feel
talk
like when I finally do say something, I've noodled on this
Yes, for a
for
long time, for a long
probably
time.
too damn long,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yes.
so
Well, and I
anyway.
could tell she had been thinking about it because the way she told me about it, she did text me and tell me about it. But for that, it was okay because knowing her, I know she needed to just get her thoughts out.
Mm,
Also, just kind of based on what was going on in her life and my life at the time, we were just like, it was hard for us to connect. You know what I mean? Just because I was going through so much. And so she texted me and she told me, I feel like you don't show up for me. And for me, I don't have very many friends. I'm a very likable person, but deep down inside, I don't like people. And I just had to kind of realize that about myself. Like, I am
it's
not.
okay, you're not alone, no.
I do not really care for a lot of people, but A Dot is one of those people. I will love her for the rest of my life. And so first I sat with it, right? Because I knew her coming to me, she's we've never really had a conversation like that before, and we've been friends since what, eighth grade, eighth, ninth, 10th.
Yeah, like 8th, 9th grade,
Yeah.
something like
And
that.
so we've been friends for a really long time. And we've gone through a lot of things together. And so to get that feedback, it was startling. But also, I was like, wait a minute. So was she talking about me? Because she did a sub tweet. It was like a week ago. And she was talking, I was like, now who did that to her? And I
Yeah,
was like,
and let me
it
be
was
clear.
me.
Let me
So
be clear, for the people in the back, I don't do the subliminal stuff. That's one thing I don't do. Now, I will see some shit I can relate to,
yes. And so
but
she'll
it's
just post
never really
that.
about
Yeah.
it's never
Yeah.
really about a person. It's like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah. But no, I figure, but based on it was, I think it was a Facebook post, and based
Yeah.
on the post, I was like, who is messing with her? Like, who did this to her? I was like, oh dang. My bad. So, like, honestly, her feedback was fair, right? There have been a couple of instances over, I would say over the past, what, like couple of years where
Mhm,
I just have not been able to show up for her, right? She's had different events, things like that, and I just have not been able to do it. And so her saying she never said anything was because she knows what I've been going through and I haven't been able to make it. But given the actual event that it was, I can see how that would have hurt her. And I think going back, just like you don't know if other people know what you're going through, sometimes you can be oblivious to your impacts on other people. And
mhm.
so to hear that I had hurt my very, 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 very good friend in a way like that, it made me feel bad. And I'm the type of person, like, that's why I probably don't have a lot of friends, because I say the truth and I feel deep, about the
Mhm.
people that I actually do care for. And
Yeah.
so, I was really sad, and I was just like, well, if she feels this way, and also knowing everything that was going on in my life, I was at the point where I was just like, if you don't want to be my friend anymore because of this, I totally would understand, like, knowing how much
Yeah.
it hurt her. And of course, Ada was like, no, I'm not saying we don't need to be
Yeah,
friends,
like, I was ready to smack her. I was like, And
She's
I
like, "Can you say
literally,
my name?"
I don't even, I probably should have pulled the text up, but I literally was like, I'm only saying this because I actually care, like, because I don't want to end the friendship. Because
Exactly.
I am queen of cut off. Like, I will cut you off to move on. And it
Listen,
was like,
okay?
yeah, and it was just one of them things, like, because I did text, Sam, but I specifically remember saying, like, I know we need to talk about this. Like, this
Mhm.
is a phone conversation, but
Right.
I just got to get these thoughts out. I just got to
Yep,
get
mhm.
this thing out.
Yeah.
And I think it was like I really like I love her deep. I
Mhm.
cared, and I
Mhm.
just was like, okay. And
Yeah.
then even after that, I felt like an asshole because, there was other stuff that you were going through.
Yeah.
As much as I knew, there was still so much I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
was like,
No,
"Ashley, really?" Like,
no, but the thing
but
is
you again, you
yeah.
don't but you don't know, you know what I'm saying? But it
Yeah.
was like, I just
Yeah.
felt like I think for me, I take in a lot. Like,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
take in a lot. I feel like there's always something
Mhm.
coming at me, whether it's friendship or
Mhm.
at work, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like to some degree I've become numb to a lot of things too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's just life, I
Mhm.
think over time. And so I try to just be like, okay, is this even worth it? Like, am I really,
Mhm.
or before I even do it? Cause I'm kind of like, if I feel overwhelmed and I'm sensory overload, I can imagine how the other person feels. So I'm even when I feel like, hey, I don't like how this person made me feel, I'm still thinking about that person's feelings.
Yeah. Even though you wanna cuss them out, you still like, let me do a
Yeah,
little
like I'm still
kindness.
being damn
Yes.
cause girl, that's that Virgo.
It is. Well, and you to be fair, it was a very nice text message. And at the end, you did say, I feel like I have to tell you because I care so much about you. Yes. And so I definitely appreciate that. I think for me, there was guilt. And then also there was this thought of, well, I didn't know you felt this way for so long. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so my thought is, because Ada and I are very close friends, but she has other best friends as well. And so my thought is, well, is she talking to these other people about it? And because that's the thing for me, I do not listen. If it's one thing about me, I do not like talking behind people's backs, like the fake
Yeah.
stuff, nothing like that. And I was like, but no, she wouldn't do it to be fake. So I had to like calm down. I was like, but no, I'm still hurt. I'm gonna bring it up too, right? But I
Yeah.
think that's the thing, and that's how you know we were good friends because we hold space for each other. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, because normally I'm good at cutting people off too. There's a whole side of my family I don't even talk to no more. Like I don't even know.
That's the next episode. No.
That's the next episode. But so I'm good at cutting off people too, but I couldn't like I'm like, she's so important to me. And I couldn't imagine my life without her. But if that's what she needed at that time, I was willing to do that. So I think like hearing you say that, it made me evaluate other areas of my life too. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, because I'm like, if you're one of the people who's closest to me and I'm letting you down, right? Like, what am I doing with myself?
Yeah.
And so I think
Yeah.
kind of just questioning my patterns, my habits, my behaviors,
Yeah.
um,
And I think
after
it
the
was
conversation.
like and I think too, I don't even think it was a matter of like maybe it was a letdown. I don't know. To me, it wasn't like a letdown. It was just kind of like, as those who are new here, I recently had a baby this year.
Mhm.
Typically, like for my friends, I will try to do it's my very close friends. I'll try to do like for its birthdays or whatever. Like I'm a
Mhm.
big like, if you still here to celebrate, let's celebrate it.
Mhm. She
Type of
is true to
type of
form.
person. Like
Yep.
birthdays come
She
up.
done rolled up on me on my birthday. No, and this is another reason I feel like they don't know this about you. But when
Yeah.
I say she 10 toes down, like you can, if you're her friend, you can depend on her. She will be
Yeah.
there for you. Okay. And she's never not been there for me. She's that one
Yeah.
person. That's why I call her my sister, because she's that person that I can go to and talk to about anything. If I
Yeah.
need something. A lot of people, they there for you in spirit, child, but they ain't
You're right, but they
they ain't there for
ain't
you
there
in
for
real
you.
life.
'Cause sometimes, hey, sometimes you need a tangible.
Listen, okay,
Some
sometimes
something to hold
you
on
need to be
to.
sewed into, okay? And
Exactly. Sometimes you need it.
she is definitely that
Yeah. And
person.
I
And so
think I think for me, that was the thing, because it was just like, I don't I didn't feel like it was like, I turned 40, you weren't there. You're supposed to come and then you didn't,
mhm,
whatever.
yep.
Then it's like I had this baby, and in my mind, I'm like, I don't need the gift, I don't need nothing. I'm more of a presence
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
person, not a present with a S.
yes.
And it was like, I'm looking around the room, everybody that matters to me is in the room, but you're not there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just like something, it set me off. Like
Mhm.
something just, I was just
Like,
like,
this is it. This is the
yeah,
last.
I was like, that was like the, what did they say? The straw that broke the camel's back. It was kind
Yes.
of like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, I gotta say something.
Mhm. And
You know?
then to know that I made her feel sad during such a joyous time, like, y'all don't even understand. Like, I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Like, my
But
awareness.
yeah, but on the flip of it, like if we go back to the last episode, you were like literally contemplating leaving here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know. Like, do I know? Like, obviously, we're not gonna get in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
publicize all the things, but it was
Yeah.
like the things that I did know, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like,
Mhm.
we're working through them, we're talking through them, we're praying about
Mhm.
whatever, whatever. But
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like your personal situation
Mhm.
was as,
As
you
deep as
know,
it was.
as
And
deep as it
honestly,
was,
I
so I was
was
just
keeping
like,
a lot of that to myself, so you can't
yeah,
even put it on that. But the truth of the matter is like, even if I were to go, which I'm not, just so you all know, we can get an update on that later. I'm doing
yeah,
much, much, mucho, mucho better. So definitely, if I were to leave, though, to leave like that, no, 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 no.
yeah,
That's a no, no, no. So no,
yeah,
either way, it doesn't matter. And I know I was going through a lot. And I think that's, kind of the whole point of this conversation. When you have friends, first of all, I'm glad that she said something to me. So if you're
mhm,
going through it with a friend that you have, just be thankful that they care enough to say
to say
something,
something.
because to ADOT's point, they could just stop talking to you, and that could be the end of that. So I'm very, very glad that she said something. And I think it's okay. Your true friends are going to hold, space for your feelings, right? Like,
Yeah,
even if I thought I didn't do anything wrong, which is not true, I definitely, and I've apologized to her for that. I think it would be worse if I didn't acknowledge what my actions had done to her, right? And even if I felt I didn't do it and she felt that way, as a friend, I'm going to accept her feelings. Now, it's one
right,
thing to blame somebody completely for something that, they're
yeah.
not doing, but
'Cause we could go back and forth and we can
yeah,
point, the finger
yeah,
and do all that, but
mhm,
it's about, like, having self-awareness,
mhm, yep,
you know?
definitely,
But then
and
also, like, your feelings are your feelings, mine are mine, even if
exactly,
you're like, "Okay, Imma hold space, I'm listening," and
mhm,
I'm listening, not
mhm,
responding, but I'm listening to what you're saying. Even if I don't completely agree with that,
mhm,
it doesn't change the fact that this is how I feel,
right, exactly, yep,
you
and
know?
you have to not necessarily validate, but you need to accept it, like, that was a hard pill for me to swallow, it was really hard, because I don't care a lot about what other people think, but
Mhm,
I care about what she thinks about me. And for me, I feel like it was like the antithesis of everything that our friendship was, right? Like, I feel like we've had a very beautiful friendship, and we've
mhm,
always been through there for each other,
yeah,
always going through things together, and looking back, I'm like, you know what? I have been a crappy friend. Like, I have not been there for her no matter what I'm going. And that's the thing. Like, you could be going through stuff. And I understand everybody needs to, like, go dark for a while sometimes if they're going through things, but you have to make sure that you are loving on the people who love you, because it is such a luxury to have someone to care about you in this world,
mhm,
period.
yeah,
Especially somebody like Ada. She's like she's like just a beautiful person. I feel so blessed to even just know her as a person. Like, so I just think, knowing the pain that I caused, I was immediately just, okay, let me just make this better. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you felt this, but I felt it was a little bit of tension afterwards. Like, not like
Mm,
tension, like we were upset with each other, but tension
mhm.
for me, I feel like because I was like, I don't want to upset her. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make sure I'm
Yeah,
doing the right things to like do what I can to make up for this, you
yeah,
know?
and to be
So,
I will say, I again, I don't know if I would call it tension either.
yeah,
I
I don't
do
know.
feel like I felt like you were being like it was like you was walking on eggshells,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm literally
Bingo.
for all the people watching and listening, I literally was like, "Girl, chill out."
Yeah, like don't, it's
'Cause
don't.
for me, I'm like for me, it was like just getting it out and having the conversation. I
Mm-hmm.
was over and done with it after that.
After that,
You
yeah.
know, like, we talked about it. Like, you sat with it.
Mm-hmm.
We had a conver I think we talked for, like, maybe 2 hours or
Mm-hmm.
something, like,
Yeah,
just kinda going through it. You know, you even called stuff out to me like,
yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
you got to tell me. You have to
Right.
say the thing." And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"I hear you. I'm
You're
trying,"
right, you're
whatever.
right.
But I did feel like you were kinda, like, walking on eggshells, but that
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was like, that's the one thing I don't want you to do because
Right.
it wasn't that. It
Yeah.
was like, I just need to get it. I need to say this thing, but that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean, like, I wanna make like, now you gotta do this
Yeah.
whole, like, dog and
Like
pony
think.
show
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like, do all like, no, like, just keep being who you are,
yeah.
but just be more
But just
committed.
show up when you say you're gonna be there. Period.
Yeah, like, literally,
Period.
like, it's okay, like, if you
Yeah.
can't, you can't,
Yeah.
and, if you can and you say you're going to,
Then that's what
then
I'm gonna
do
expect
that.
from you.
Now and
Yeah.
that's not to say life doesn't happen,
Right.
things
Yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
but for me, it just kinda felt like every time it was something
Yes.
for me,
Yeah.
something happened. Even though,
Yes.
like, we
And
done
I
planned, we done did the
yes.
thing, like, you on your way, and then it don't, you know what I
And then
mean?
they don't
So,
have it. Yeah.
yeah, so after that, I was like I did feel again, I don't think it was a tension, I think it was just, like, you were trying to, like, be super careful, and
Yeah.
I'm just kinda like, "No, I don't want you to do anything."
Right.
Like, yes, I
Different.
want you to be more self-aware,
Yeah.
but
No,
I don't want
definitely.
you to, like, feel like you gotta,
Hmm.
like, tiptoe around and, like, pacify, me or,
Yeah.
do I like, for the sake of
Yeah.
me not being mad because I was
Yeah.
over it. Like, we talked about it,
Yeah.
I got it out, I'm moving on now.
And we're good.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think too, like the reasoning, because the reason I was going to go and then I didn't go is because I had a feeling that I shouldn't go, right?
Mhm.
But also I was very anxious at this time. You have to remember, like it was planes falling out the air, child. And and I've talked kind of about my anxiety, and just how anxious I've been ever since I had my daughter, but I think it got worse when I had my son during COVID.
Mhm.
And so I think once you will allow yourself to get to a certain level of stress, it's easy to hit that level
Mhm.
in life, right? And I think
Yeah.
based on everything that I was going through, like, yeah, I did have a feeling I shouldn't go, but that didn't make sense to you at the time because I hadn't given her a full vision of like how bad I was doing mentally, right?
Mhm.
And so no, I definitely I'm glad that we had the conversation. You can have difficult conversations with your friends, and if they love
Yeah.
you, you gonna make
We're
it through, child.
grown. We're
Yes,
grown. We're adults, not
we
just
are.
our
We are.
age.
We're super
Like,
grown.
and I think and that's what people I think have to realize too is like you said, the takeaway here is like, if the person means something to you,
Hmm.
say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously check in, make sure they're in a space,
Hmm.
like, hey, like I said, I had to send you a text because that's how I get my thoughts out.
Yeah.
But I
Hmm.
made a point to say, I know this is a phone
It's a
conversation.
conversation, yeah.
Like,
And
we
honestly, I
need to
wouldn't have
talk
been
about
mad if
this.
she sent me a text because we text all day.
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but, but something I feel
Yeah.
like some things like that, like
You
with your
can I mean,
true
the call is
yeah, your
good.
tried and true friends, you need to because you need to hear the
Yeah.
voice. Like, I
You
need
need to have a
because you're
conversation.
gonna read a text in your own voice or
Yeah.
the voice you think the person has.
Mhm.
And, a lot of times that gets misconstrued. It's like when you send an email, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like that. So it was like, but have the difficult conversation. Now,
Yep.
if you have a difficult conversation and then now all of a sudden you can't be friends with the person no more or whatever, then maybe the
You weren't meant
friendship
to
was
be.
already on its way
It was not
to
meant
the
to be.
trash
Okay? Yes, for
before
sure.
you even said anything, right? Like it probably is a lot worse than what you thought.
Yes.
But it's like, the people that matter most to you, I think those are the toughest conversations to have because you don't want to upset the person. Like you don't
Mhm.
want to kind of like, ruffle the feathers. You don't want to have to like feel like you got to walk on eggshells and do all
Mhm.
that. But I'm a firm believer if it means something to you,
Yep.
you gotta say something. And you have to know your friends.
Mhm.
You have to know, like, all right, if I say this, she probably gonna go this way. So let me already have my explanation.
Yeah.
Like what I mean by this. Because sometimes
Yeah.
I'll say things and people miss what I'm saying. Like I
Mhm.
said something to somebody at work and I was honestly complimenting them
Oh.
and they didn't take it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, "What do you mean by this? Because I've heard this before." And then I was like, "Oh no, it's this." It was like, "Oh, I
Right, yeah.
wouldn't have known." You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
like making sure like you're being clear
Mhm.
on what is you're trying to say. Because I know sometimes it's in my head and it doesn't always come out my mouth in the
Yes.
way that I intended to,
Yeah.
But it's like you know your friends. You
Yeah.
know, you know who you can say something to or what you can say to certain
Mhm.
people versus like some stuff you're like, you know what? This ain't gonna end well.
Mm-mm.
Is this deep for me? I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna
like,
let this one go. I'm not
yeah.
saying everything requires a sit down. Everything
Mhm.
requires a, whatever. But like if you see a pattern and it's like some,
Mhm.
and it's like really starting to bother you, say something sooner rather than later. Don't be like me
Yeah.
waiting two,
Yeah.
3, 4 years
Yeah.
to, to have
Like,
to
I
have
need
a
help.
conversation. Yeah, like
Yeah.
don't I mean be Ashley in a way
Right.
that you get it out, but don't be me in a way where you hold on to it too long.
Clearly and concisely as well, let me say. Like, it was so well thought out. I was like, "Ooh, she put periods and everything in this text."
Oh, I'm too good
Like,
at grammar.
yes, seriously. Yeah.
Okay.
No, so I'm really glad that we were able to move forward, and like I said, I was in a very dark place mentally. And just an update on that, I'm doing much better. I am seeing a therapist. Yeah, and I got some happy pills. So I'm normally always happy, but I'm like real happy now. So like the world is
I know.
burning. I'm like, let it burn, baby.
Girl, tell me the dosage. Text it to me.
It's actually quite a low dose. But look, I'm willing to up it if that's what it takes, honey, because I
Hey,
just
I
feel
mean,
so great nowadays.
and let us be clear. Like sometimes you need a little extra help.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, you can pray and you can go to
Mhm,
therapy, which I highly suggest and all the things, but
mhm.
sometimes you need
Just
a little extra help to get a little pep in your step and all the things, and
yes.
I would say particularly for us
Mhm.
millennials,
Yeah.
'cause, like, we have endured so many things. There is this post, I have to find it, Rita actually sent it to me
Mhm,
on Instagram, I have to find it, and this girl, I wanna say she was born, like, 84,
mhm.
85, something like that, and she lists every major, like, disaster
That we've
that has
had, yeah,
happened since we've
yeah.
been born, like and it was so crazy because people were on the comments like, "Oh, you forgot about this. Oh,
Right.
you forgot about this. Or
You
you
got
for"
about
like,
the war in
it's
Iraq.
so girl. We was like and I think she started with, like, Desert Storm. Um, it was like, the Oklahoma City bombing,
Crazy.
Columbine,
Yeah.
COVID, obviously, that, then
Reaganomics.
yeah, Reaganomics, it was 9/11.
Yeah.
Um, it was like all these natural disasters, and people were talking about stuff that happened, like, it was broadcasted
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, all over the world, but maybe it's just more locally, like
Mhm.
when the whole Eastern Seaboard went out. What was that,
Yeah,
like
that was
2003
wild.
or
It was
something like that?
yeah, I think it was like 2002, 2000 no, because
I
were
know
we in
I was in college when it
okay, yeah,
happened,
it must have been like '03 or something like that then.
something, and I was just like, "Yeah, I forgot about that too."
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
just all these different things, and it's
Remember
just
when they
like
was mailing powder,
yeah,
on
anthrax,
envelope?
child anthrax, uh,
We
hell,
was so
locally,
scared to open the mail.
girl, couldn't open the mail. Had to open the mail with it was like COVID
Oh,
2.0.
yes,
And it was
yes,
just like and I said, like, we laugh about it, and I think,
yeah.
we are the most unserious
We
generation,
are, we're so
but
unserious.
it's like it's like we have to laugh to keep from crying because we've
Yes.
seen so much, we've been through so much, like, we are tired to
Well,
the
and
point
not
where things happen
yeah.
I was like, I feel bad sometimes because I feel a little numb,
Numb to it all,
honestly.
yeah. I think
I was
for
like, I
me,
don't wanna be that way, but I get numb.
it's something happening every single day.
Yeah, every day.
And a lot of it is violence, right? Like for
Yeah,
me, it's the violence of it all. It's like I just don't understand how people can have so little regard for other human lives just because they don't look like you
yeah,
or
or they have a
they,
difference of opinion or
yeah.
anything, and I'm like I said, I hate that like, I love my children,
Mhm.
but if I didn't already have any,
Would not
I
have
wouldn't
it.
have any. I wouldn't have
No,
any. Like, I
no,
wouldn't wanna bring kids into this world because 'cause I'm like,
yeah,
that's a whole 'nother level of stress.
it
If
is.
you're
And
trying to, like, teach them to be good people and do
mhm,
good in the world when the world is literally a shit show and a
it
dumpster
is.
fire, you know?
And I think for me, it's tough because, like, yeah, sure, I've been out of work for a long time, and I think the difference is and part of, I think, my mental strain is compartmentalizing all of this stuff, right? Because
Mhm,
we were taught to live a certain way. You know, there are certain things you do. You grow up, you go to school, you get a job, you know, you do all these things. And not that life is ever predictable or under your control anyway, but
mhm.
I just feel like it it almost like I was in a third dimension almost, like everything is just falling apart. Like everything is just falling apart. And normally, you know me, I'm like a super optimistic
Yeah,
person. Like I normally
yeah.
am like so positive. Like I'm like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. And then I'd be like, girl, no. When it doesn't work out, you know. And like my thing is like I just have had trouble being optimistic.
Mhm.
Just because of, you know, I can handle a lot for a short while, but I think it's like, when is this gonna end? Like
Very
seriously, when is this gonna end?
literally.
And now I just
Literally.
realize it just may never end. It just may never end. So what I
Yeah.
have to do is find coping mechanisms. I have to really I've been just talking about like the different levels of existence, right? Just
Mhm,
looking into like, okay, so who am I now? Am I the
mhm.
same person that I was? What is my value system now? You know, just
Yeah.
really like redefining life for myself right now
Mhm.
in this dumpster fire of life and just trying to eke out what I can, child. And
Yeah,
speaking of which,
yeah.
I want to let you all know I am working on a book that will give a little bit of insight and hopefully a little bit of hope to any of you who have gone through some of the troubles and changes of life. And it's kind of a way of how to get unstuck with those. So more to come on that. But once I release it, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I plug it up in the podcast. Okay. So I
Ooh,
want y'all
hey,
to
hey,
come
hey, and we don't
and
touch it.
yes, and buy it because I ain't got no job. Amen.
We're gonna be like Cardi B. Did you see Cardi B selling her, CDs on the
No,
street?
she is so crazy to me. She is hilarious. She
Oh
has
gosh. I
sense.
was
Why
like, "Girl, I ain't
why
mad."
would
And
you
her
put
new
your business
album,
on the CD? Like
baby, and that new album is fire.
it is. I love all of it. I was like, when I saw Janet Jackson on there, I said, "Oh, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a
Right.
banger."
That part, that
You
part.
know what's going on with her and her baby daddy now? Because I thought they were good, and I
No,
know
they
she
ain't together. You talking about
no,
Cardi
she's
and
pregnant
Offset?
again. I thought
She not pregnant with by Offset.
no, but her new guy,
Oh, Stefan Diggs.
yeah. And so, but then I heard something about
He got 2 more kids on the way.
oh, is that what it
Yeah, it's
was?
probably that. Yeah.
Oh my.
Mhm,
Mm.
child.
Well, I'm praying for Cardi
Anywho,
too. At least
that's rich part that's rich people problems.
listen, okay. I'm like, at least she can buy her way out. Like she gonna be good, you know. But
That
I'm
part,
praying for her because I don't know why they be doing Cardi like that. You know what I'm
that
saying? They don't
part,
need to do her like
that
that.
part. Well, y'all, this is it for us. Like we said, if if you don't take nothing else away, if there is, after you listen to us today, and if there
Yeah,
is somebody who you just need to talk to, you need to have
yeah.
that conversation, go ahead and have it.
Just have
Go
it.
ahead and
This
have
is
it.
your sign. It's gonna
This
be
is your
okay.
sign. This is your sign. SIGN sign to do
Say
it.
the words. Do the things.
Right, do the things. But, we appreciate y'all watching, listening,
Yes.
continue to follow us. We're still on TikTok till they shut that down.
Right.
Um,
I think they're gonna leave it up, but then I think what the conclusion was like most of the seats on their board or whatever, they have to be American. There can be one person from the original company.
Yeah, and then they're gonna have some new, like, you're gonna have to log in separately, and it's gonna be tracked and all
It
whatever.
is algorithm gonna be all messed up. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
fool you. I'm gonna let you know right
child,
now.
we're on there for now.
Yes, for now.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and
Yes.
if you got questions or even a topic for you want us
Yeah.
to talk about, you can send it to
Yes.
spillherpodcast@gmail.com. All
Yes.
of our handles is Spill Her Podcast. That's SPILLHER podcast.
Mhm.
Until next time, y'all.
Until
Thank
next
you. See
time.
y'all later.
Bye.